values began in the paddocks this day in mind. They're ready. Gates fly back. They're racing. Brosh looks anxious to be positive on the inside. Sakhee is up with the pace too. The nose bandit King's Clear pulled hard to post and is pulling hard in the race. Barathea Guest is dropped out through the early stages. It's uphill for the first 5 furlongs. King's Clear is running away, probably too fresh. Sakhee second. Best of the Best has a good position in third, then Wellbeing, followed by Aristotle, who's close up with also Saint Expedie. Towards the inside of these is Brosh, still chased by Sindar, Beat Hollow, and then Hatharana. Towards the rear early is Going Global, Ziz and Inchlon Krakow, and Barathea Guest is the back marker as they run towards the mile pole. And King's Clear wide on the course has gone very fast early. Sakhee in the blue and white jacket, Best of the Best towards the inside in the all blue. In the apricot, Wellbeing is well poised. Aristotle on the extreme right. Mick Cannan has a good position on the rail. Close up with these is Beat Hollow, big white face. 52.97 for the first half mile. It's very quick indeed. King's Clear went off too quick, and those at the back may be doing the wise thing at this stage. Barathea Guest still sitting one from last, and Inchlon under wily old Pat Edry is last of all. They begin the run downhill then in the 2000 Vodafone Derby, and Sakhee and Best of the Best running first and second. Wellbeing is close with these. These are followed by Sindar with a very good position. Just in behind them is Beat Hollow. Aristotle right there on the inside. Back in the field then to Saint Expedie and Brosh, and then Going Global from Ziz, and King's Clear has already run his race. They run round Tatnam Corner with just under a half mile left to cover, and it's Best of the Best on the inside. Chris McCarran, the American jockey. Sakhee alongside. Wellbeing is next, then Sindar. Aristotle driven hard. Hatharana, Beat Hollow with the big white face trying to get out and hasn't got much racing room. Sakhee makes the long run for home. It's Sakhee from Sindar in second. Best of the Best fading. Beat Hollow in the pink cap trying to come with a run. Then Wellbeing. Can Sakhee hold them off? Sindar laying down a strong challenge. The Irishman. Beat Hollow the far rail. It's Sakhee reeled in by Sindar, and Sindar's stamina comes to the fore from Sakhee. It's Sindar and Johnny Murtagh for Ireland. Sindar wins the Vodafone Derby. Sakhee run out of it in second. Beat Hollow back in third, then Best of the Best, followed home by Wellbeing and Hatharana, then Saint Expedie and Barathea Guest. Behind these was Ziz and Aristotle, then Inchlon and Brosh and Krakow and Going Global, and King's Clear, who was a nutcase today, finished last of all. Sindar, the winner of the Vodafone Derby Stakes for trainer John Ox. The colours of His Highness the Aga Khan, a 4th Derby success, following Shergar, Sharastani and Kayasi, and a first Derby win at the 4th attempt for rider Johnny Murtagh. Paid 6 to 1 on the tote, £7 the return. Places £2.50 Sindar, £2.10 Sakhee, and £2.30 Beat Hollow. Exactly.
Uneasy at 7 to 2. Shiva at 4 to 1, who won the Brigadier Gerard here over the course and distance in May. Willem Toto and Carla Glow in the 80s and the 70s. Gunner B and Scottish Rifle completed that double. Not many people think that Shiva will be able to do that. Tight 11 to 2, Fantastic Light. Many boards are showing 5, Fantastic Light. 9 to 1 against Giant's Causeway. 8 mainly on the rails though. Border Arrow 16 to 1. One Firm is still going 20 to 1 against Border Arrow. 33 to 1 Gold Academy, and 150 to 1 against the Rag. But Sakhee 7 to 4, trying to become the 9th Derby runner-up to come on and win the Eclipse.
Giant's Causeway and Gold Academy to go. It's Gold Academy. Thralling tactical racing prospect. Test of decision-making for these jockeys. Fantastic Light nearest to us. They jump out then for the Coral-Eclipse with a 1.25 miles to cover. We're expecting Sun Charm to make it, but it's missed the kick in the white cap and isn't there at all in the early stages. And Sakhee is forced to make his own running from Giant's Causeway, and they haven't gone off too quick. Gold Academy on the far rail, followed by Shiva. Fantastic Light out wide. Border Arrow, Kalanisi, and this pacemaker Sun Charm, so far a complete waste of time, though he's now making great strides on the outside, having completely missed the kick. They cover the first first quarter mile, and Sun Charm at long last takes over the advantage from Sakhee in second. Giant's Causeway is third. Fantastic Light in the first colours of Godolphin, the Godolphin blue on the outside of Shiva, who's not really settling. Gold Academy back on the fence, Kalanisi, and Border Arrow is observing from last place. They near the end of the back straight then. They'll shortly be swinging right-handed against Dara O'Donoghue in the pacemaking role on Sun Charm. Good position for Giant's Causeway, the all dark blue in second place. Sakhee on the inside in third in the striped cap, followed by Fantastic Light and Shiva. It's 5 parked on the bench. Then follows Kalanisi, Gold Academy, and finally Border Arrow. They're about to swing right-handed then with about half a mile left to cover. And up front is Sun Charm that leads them in. Giant's Causeway poised to pounce in second place. Sakhee's back on the fence. Then Fantastic Light, Shiva without much racing room. Kalanisi, the green jacket, is picking up Gold Academy and Border Arrow. Sakhee goes on the inside of Giant's Causeway. Then Fantastic Light. He can't get out on Shiva at the moment. Kalanisi and Border Arrow staying on. They're inside the final two. And now push comes to shove. Sakhee, he likes a battle on the rail. Giant's Causeway, the mare Shiva's coming at them, and Giant's Causeway gets past Sakhee, but can he hold off? Kalanisi on the outside, Shiva between the pair. It's Giant's Causeway, Kalanisi swooping down the outside for the Aga Khan, but Giant's Causeway fights back on the far side for George Duffield. They race head to head, Giant's Causeway, and 53-year-old George Duffield has landed the Coral-Eclipse for the second time. Kalanisi just lost out. Then came Shiva and Sakhee. Fantastic Light, followed back by Gold Academy, Border Arrow, and Sun Charm was last, where we expected him to be.
Eclipse winners in 29 runnings of the Juddmonte International have come on to run here on the Knivesmire. 5 have won and 7 have been placed. Addition 11-4.
And away they go then for the Group 1 Juddmonte International. And as they break out of the gate, Darwin is pushed along to try and make the pace. Sakhee is prominent as well. And Distant Music is right on the sharp end as well, who's pulling rather hard, Distant Music, on the outside of Darwin as they blaze through the first furlong or so. Sakhee in third in the Godolphin blue, Time Away taking a fierce grip in fourth on the inside. Then Grandera in the green sleeve jacket, Black Menalouche on the inside, Medician out wider in the red with the blue cap, and Food Broker Fancy looks on from last place, covering the first 2.5 furlongs or so. And Darwin by 3 lengths at 31.82 for the first 2.5 furlongs. It's very quick indeed, particularly into the headwind. And Darwin has got them quite well strung out. In second is Distant Music, who seems to be doing too much. Then in third is Sakhee as they make the long left-hander. Time Away is in fourth place, followed by Grandera on the outside of that filly. Black Menalouche is next from Medician, and Food Broker Fancy continues to be last of the 8. The first half mile in 56.79. It's a slowing pace after that very quick first 2.5 as they make the turn left-handed for home, and it's still the Coolmore pace setter Darwin that makes the way to Sakhee on the outside of Distant Music, second and third. They are chased by Time Away and then Grandera. Black Menalouche, Medician, Fallon is hard at work on Medician in the red jacket, no response yet. Then Food Broker Fancy. Meanwhile, last year's Derby runner-up Sakhee stakes a pretty big claim here, and it's Sakhee that kicks on under Frankie Dettori, and he's kicking away from Distant Music. Grandera in third, then Black Menalouche finally picking up Medician, but it looks all too late as they run down to the final furlong, because Sakhee has a 6-leg lead here, and Sakhee is going to demolish them. Grandera back in second, then Medician struggling on for a minor placing, but Sakhee is right back to his best here and is trotting home in the Juddmonte International. Sakhee, a decisive runaway winner. Grandera in second, Medician in third, then Black Menalouche and Distant Music, followed by Fruit Broker Fancy and Time Away. And well beat in the end, tailing off was Darwin. A mightily impressive win here by Sakhee, the 7-4.
Dancing Brave, who was also runner-up in the Derby, like Golan. High Tory, 8.8 to 1 with 10.1 to 1. Dear Melina and Sagacity coupled, and Anabar Blue drifting here now, 10.6 to 1. Egypt Band, last year's runner-up, and 4 horses have been runner-up in the Arc, come to go one better a year later, 16.1 to 1. Holding Court, the soft ground will help that, 22.5 to 1. And Foreign Affairs for Sir Mark Prescott, almost 50 to 1, 49.4 to 1. Foreign Affairs with 92 to 1, bar those.
They jump away. And they came out in a pretty good line. The slow starter was Chimes at Midnight, beginning fast. Anabar Blue with Sadler's Creek, and Sakhee in a very good position on the outside, broke well. Moving up is Anzalero towards the inside. Golan is also handy up the inner as well, as Sadler's Creek takes them along from Anzalero on the inside. Anabar Blue is third, then Golan and Holding Court, and Sakhee in about 6th place from Diamalina. They're followed next by Foreign Affairs, a bit wide of Aqua Released, and then Egypt Band with Milan midfield down on the inside. High Tory is wider out. Next is Idaho Quest, and then Little Rock towards the rear. Sagacity, Honor Rafik, and Chimes at Midnight is the back marker as they go behind the Petit Bois, having covered a couple of furlongs or more, and making their way towards the furthest point away from the stands here at Longchamp is Sadler's Creek from Anzalero. Anabar Blue wide of the light blue jacketed Golan, then Sakhee in the Godolphin Blue out wide under Frankie Dettori. Just seems to be taking a pull there, he's going well. Behind these is on the inside Diamalina of Holding Court. Foreign Affairs in the yellow jacket hunting them up from Egypt Band, and then Aqua Release towards the inside as they begin this turn right-handed with just under 7 furlongs left to cover now, and they run back towards home, a long run towards home. Anzalero, Sadler's Creek, Anabar Blue, the French Derby winner, in third. Sakhee is 4, followed by Golan in 5th place. Then Foreign Affairs towards the outside of Holding Court in the grey Diamalina. High Tory is wide of Egypt Band. Next is Idaho Quest, and then Aqua Released. Towards the inside, Milan with work to do. Little Rock just in front of him, and then a gap back to Sagacity, and Honor Rafik and Chimes at Midnight is struggling in the rear. They're running on the approach to home now. They've got about 3 furlongs still to cover, and up front is Anzalero, but here's Sakhee in a beautiful position under Frankie Dettori. Sakhee coming there cantering. Further out is Foreign Affairs, then Golan on their heels in 4th place as they straighten up with 2.5 furlongs left to go, and Frankie says go on Sakhee, as Sakhee clears away from Golan in 2nd place. Foreign Affairs is third, then High Tory, and they're all chasing Sakhee's shadow now with 1.5 furlongs left to go. It's Sakhee 4-5 lengths clear of Golan. Aqua Release comes out of the pack, then High Tory and Sagacity out wide, but entering the final furlong, Sakhee has a huge lead and is running right away, and Sakhee is superb! A brilliant win in the Arc. Sakhee the winner, Aqua Released in 2nd, close for 3rd, Sagacity on the near side of Golan, then Milan and Never Near a 5th, followed by Little Rock, and then High Tory, a gap to Egypt Band. They were followed back by Anabar Blue and Foreign Affairs and Diamalina. Honor Rafik, well beaten, Holding Court with Idaho Quest and Anzalero, and then Sadler's Creek, and practically pulled up was Chimes at Midnight. They said that Sakhee had been working the gallops down on Newmarket Heath. There were doubts about him getting the trip in testing going here, but he was always in a fantastic position, travelling supremely well for Frankie Dettori, who will remember this Arc weekend.
In the gate, ready for the start of the Classic. And they're off! To the cheers of the crowd, and Guided Tour breaks alertly with Orientate. Albert the Great is gun to the lead. That's Albert the Great. Ore Chavez puts him in front, but Pat Day and Orientate are going to take the fight to him, and those two hook up in a speed duel in the first furlong here. Tis Now not far behind. He's running 3rd in the early going. Guided Tour drops back to run along in 4th. Galileo only 5 lengths from the lead. He's 5th. The Arc winner Sakhee is 6th on the outside, and the favorite Aptitude is now running in 7th. Macho Uno bulls his way through from 8th now. Black Middleish is 9th. Include is down toward the inside, and he's now 10th. Freedom Crest, Gander, who's well in hand, and at the back of the pack is Long Shot Up Late Stancer. The quarter went in 23 1/5 seconds, a grueling pace here, and into the wind half of 47 seconds flat. Albert the Great grinding it out on a short lead now. Orientate couldn't stay with them. There goes Guided Tour, who splits horses decisively with 5 furlongs to go. And on the outside, the daunting presence of a horse of the year, 'Tis now, and he's right there just off the pace fourth. Sakhee and Galileo right there and behind the lead. Macho Uno's in the thick of it as Aptitude begins to roll here with 3.5 furlongs to go in the Classic, and it is Albert the Great blazing the way. 'Tis now looms in second. Sakhee is there on the outside. Guided Tour fights on. Galileo's under a heavy drive. He's still 6 lengths behind. Include will put his run through on the rail. Aptitude is taken wide by Gander, and the field turns for home. Here comes the arc winner, Sakhee, and he storms to the lead. Sakhee a narrow lead, and 'Tis now is battling on, the American Horse of the Year, and the arc winner are heads apart with a furlong to go in the Classic. On the outside, Sakhee, 'Tis now fights on. Here's the winner, desperately close. 'Tis now wins it for America.
استعداداته النهائية. هذا سخي انطلق الآن كأس دبي العالمي المرحلة السابعة هنا في نادي الشباه برعاية طيران الإمارات أمام 52,000 متفرج في نادي الشباه، بانطلاقة تجمع أفضل مهور السباق في سن ال4 سنوات وما فوق، في اندفاع قوي جدا. ويسترن برايد الأمريكي يقود الشوط غير المهزوم تو ذا فيكتوري في المركز الثاني. كريمسون كريست في المركز الثالث. ستريت كراي يندفع مع بيست اوف ذا بيست. وسخي في المركز التاسع. الصدارة لويسترن برايد أغنى سباقات العالم هنا في دبي في دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة على مضمار نادي الشباه. ويسترن برايد في الصدارة تو ذا فيكتوري في المركز الثاني. بيست اوف ذا بيست في المركز الثالث. كريس في المركز الرابع. سخي يبدأ. سخي لفرانكي دي توري يقوده. يا سخي يتقدم إلى المركز الرابع الآن. وستريت كراي في المركز السادس. كولتوس يندفع. سخي يأتي مع لفرانكي دي توري وبيست اوف ذا بيست. الصدارة لويسترن برايد مع ذا فيكتوري. سخي يأتي. سخي لحتى الآن سخي جدا في عطاء. ستريت كراي يندفع. سخي يأتي. 52,000 متفرج يدفعون بحناجرهم. سخي ممثل الإمارات مع ستريت كراي. الإمارات في صدارة بطولة كأس دبي العالمي. اندفاع قوي جدا لدولة الإمارات. صدارة إماراتية. ستريت كراي لجودالفين في الصدارة. سخي في المركز الثاني. رويال تريس في المركز الثالث. ويأتي سيماي يأتي من الخلف. جودالفين الإمارات في الصدارة. ستريت كراي يطير. سيماي في المركز الثاني. مبروك لدولة الإمارات. مبروك لآل مكتوم الفوز ببطولة كأس دبي العالمي. ستريت كراي في المركز الأول. سيماي لسمو الأمير سلطان بن محمد بن سعود الكبير في المركز الثاني. ستريت كراي لدولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة تنتزع البطولة من جديد. دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة تعود للانتصارات، تعود إلى مضمار نادي الشباه بإنجاز آخر يضاف إلى تلك الإنجازات التي تحققت في مختلف دول العالم. ستريت كراي يفاجئ العالم بتكتيك رائع لجودالفين بانفراد ولا أروع. تعود أيام المتوكل، تعود أيام دبي ميلينيوم هنا بنفس الشعار، شعار دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. جودالفين في المركز الأول، شوف بفارق قد يصل إلى 10 أطوال. ستريت كراي مع جيري بيلي المتعاقد مع البطولات هنا الأمريكي هو الذي قاد ستريت كراي من نسل ماكيفيليان. هذا المور أخ غير شقيق لدبي ميلينيوم. عموما سيماي لسمو الأمير سلطان بن محمد بن سعود الكبير في المركز الثاني. سخي لسمو الشيخ حمدان بن راشد آل مكتوم في المركز الثالث. هذه مهور الإمارات.